Known for stunning beaches, amazing landscapes, glorious sunshine, and memorable nightlife, Miami has drawn more than its fair share of tourists over the decades. In 2022, it saw over 50 million visitors. It also has a population of almost 450,000, with nearly a quarter of households having children. With so many people both visiting and living in Miami, there's a clear need for shopping, restaurants, green spaces, accommodation, and entertainment. Miami Freedom Park aims to provide all these in one large package. It will be built on 73 acres of the Melrose County Club, which is 131 acres in total. Miami Freedom Park is an ambitious project that hopes to serve residents, cater to the existing tourism crowd, and draw even more visitors to Miami each year. It will provide over 1 million square feet of space for retail outlets and offices, allowing industries of all kinds to establish a presence in this vibrant part of Florida, attracting shoppers worldwide. Increasing retail space in Miami could boost its ability to compete with Orlando, the other main Floridian city, which currently has an edge with outlet malls and shopping options. The new park will also offer space for around 750 new hotel rooms to accommodate increased tourism. Perhaps most exciting for football fans, it will see the erection of a 25,000-seater soccer stadium. The stadium is already under construction and will become home to Inter Miami CF, a Major League Soccer team. They are currently one of the top football teams, thanks in part to the presence of Lionel Messi. However, it isn't just about football and shopping. Miami Freedom Park will also contain a 58-acre public park, offering open green spaces for families to enjoy and encouraging people to spend more time outdoors. It will incorporate the existing baseball fields and water park, and offer covered parking and bike rack facilities for visitors. With restaurants, tech hub offices, and community soccer fields, Miami Freedom Park will meet many needs. The creation of the space will provide visitors and residents with new opportunities for exercising, shopping, eating, overnight stays, and recreation. The park will be situated on what was until recently the Melrose Golf Course and will be close to Miami International Airport, allowing tourists and residents to take advantage of the site's offerings. The proximity to the airport will make it easy for football fans to fly in for matches. And it's been agreed that the MLS team will play a minimum of 17 home games each year. This is likely to boost tourism to the area. The team was only founded in 2018, but is already enjoying significant popularity, and ticket sales to the matches are likely to help Miami Freedom Park get established. The whole development has been valued at $1 billion, and many sites were considered and dismissed by the Mass and Beckham Group. It proved difficult to find a suitable location for several years. The plan was initiated back in 2014 by David Beckham, who focused on creating the football stadium. Initially, the team looked at building at Port Miami, followed by Museum Park, Little Havana, and Overtown. Each of these locations was eventually abandoned for various reasons, including lack of public support, cost of development, and difficulty in preparing the site. In 2018, however, the team identified the Melrose County Club near Miami International Airport as a viable site, and in November 2019, they achieved 60% voter approval for the project to proceed. However, the plan hit a serious hitch after the vote, as an environmental report showed that the soil contained high levels of barium, arsenic, and lead, with arsenic being at twice the legal limits. The site was previously used as a dumping ground back in the 1960s, which has contributed to unsafe soil conditions. The contaminants are also close to the surface, meaning that cleanup is critical before the space can be used, and this is estimated to cost around $50 million. The Inter Miami team was aware that some cleanup was likely to be necessary, but that price is significantly higher than the costs that they had budgeted, which were around $35 million. In December of 2023, the Miami-Dade County Commission began seeking a $5 million grant from the state to clean up the contaminants, going against earlier claims that the project would not require any public funding and would be entirely paid for by Inter Miami. This raised speculation that Miami Freedom Park might once again relocate, but instead, the project has gone ahead. It is unclear at this time if their application for a grant was successful or if they had to raise the money elsewhere. The findings caused a significant delay, and the park was unable to open in the 2022 season. Cleanup of a large area like this is enormously expensive and time-consuming, especially when dealing with hazardous materials like arsenic. However, that has not entirely prevented the project from making headway. Construction began in late 2023 and is steadily progressing. Trees have been removed from the site, and in November 2023, a significant portion of the land had been leveled. There are no further reports, but cleanup is likely underway, meaning that the actual building work may begin soon. The stadium itself is ambitious. It will seat 25,000 spectators. Plans indicate that it will feature a massive multimedia display, which is almost one of a kind, although the comparable example does currently exist in Russia. Designs also suggest that the stadium will have a translucent roof in the shape of a flamingo's wings, the symbol of both the football club and Miami itself. The auditorium will have a north-side single-tiered grandstand that will amplify the voices and cheering of the supporters, while the south side will have an overhead opening. The design was created by Arquitectonica and HOK, although some renderings depict the project with a plain roof with an open center. It's not yet clear which of these designs is most likely to become a reality. The stadium could open for games as early as the summer of 2025. And while that's an ambitious target, reports suggest that currently everything is on track to achieve it. Since Messi's contract with Miami is up at the end of 2025, the schedule is important for teams to capitalize on him. However, it's possible that the site may run into further issues as construction progresses. An initial report from Miami-Dade County raised some concerns that the stadium might be too high to meet the airport zoning code. At present, the artist's renderings indicate that some parts of the stadium may be too high to meet regulations, which could cause an issue for the longest runway of the airport, which tends to serve the largest, heaviest aircraft. It's not yet clear if this has been addressed. There have also been concerns among local residents that the traffic generated by the new site could prove problematic. And while site plans suggest attempts at traffic control will be made, the specific tactics that are planned have not been revealed. There are calls for a more detailed study to be undertaken. With a seating capacity of 25,000, there's no question that the stadium is likely to bring in huge crowds. So this is enormously relevant for locals and those who wish to use the stadium's amenities. Out of its $1 billion projected cost, $350 million has been set aside for the stadium itself. According to official reports, it's being entirely funded by club ownership, which is providing 100% of the capital required to create the space. However, the question of the cleanup costs remains ongoing. The Mass and Beckham Group will be paying $20 million to fund the construction, broken up into annual installments of $666,667. Over the next 30 years, the project is anticipated to have a very beneficial effect on the local area, attracting tourists and creating new jobs. Inter Miami has indicated that the site promises to pay living wages of at least $15 per hour to all on-site employees. It's also estimated that it will bring in taxes of over $40 million per year once operational. Furthermore, the site will provide many employment opportunities. It's estimated that over 15,000 jobs will be created both directly and indirectly as a result of its construction. Many of these are only construction jobs, however, rather than offering long-term employment. The retail outlets attached to the site will also generate work opportunities for those in the surrounding area. It's also anticipated that the site will contribute around $25 million to public parks, and the Mass and Beckham Group has committed to paying an annual rent of $3.6 million or fair market value to the city, which owns the land and has agreed to lease it for 99 years. This will, therefore, represent significant income to the area, allowing the city to increase funding and consider other construction projects. Miami Freedom Park is likely to offer significant improvements to locals and visitors to the site, enhancing access to amenities such as parks and retail spaces, and creating a suitable place for young people to hone their football skills and spend their time. Families will get to enjoy the vast outdoor park, providing spaces suitable for walking, picnicking, and relaxing. With Messi's popularity, the club could become a national or even international hub for football fans, increasing Miami's tourism and trade. However, given that Messi's contract with Inter Miami ends with the 2025 season, there is no guarantee of this. All in all, Miami Freedom Park is an example of many similar projects across the globe attempting to create functional, flexible spaces capable of catering to a variety of needs from both residents and tourists. It could help make Miami an even bigger landmark than it currently is, allowing it to compete with Orlando in terms of outlet malls. However, the cost and time span of the project have been significant, and it will be interesting to see whether it manages to hold its own and attract visitors once the football star moves on. With its green spaces, restaurants, and retail outlets, it certainly has a chance, and many Miami residents are eager to see its completion. Much of the world will also be watching to determine how successful this kind of structure is likely to be, and whether it has a place in the modern economic landscape. If it does, it could spark similar projects across the state, and possibly even nationally or internationally. Excited for more construction wonders? Click the video on your screen to unravel how FC Barcelona's Stadium Spotify Camp Nou is being upgraded. See you there.